you there.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. Says we're live. See, hopefully everybody can hear us.
Yeah, let us know if you can, please.
And
I just got a notification, so I think
oh, good.
we are.
It says there's 4 people here. Okay.
Should work then.
Welcome in, everybody. We decided to go back to the wider screen,
Horizontal.
the horizontal, not so squishy.
Yeah, we don't want to sit so close.
Yeah, we're fighting today.
No, we're not.
No. But we just decided to try this again. We were getting more people jumping on the live when we were going vertical, but it hasn't really seemed to make that much difference the last little while. So thought we'd go back to trying the regular screen.
Yeah, and a lot of the ones who did come on at first were, I'm not sure why they were there exactly.
Oh, there's that too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Busy week?
Always.
Always a busy week.
Always.
Our treasured home, welcome in.
Hi.
Hello again. Anybody watching, if you, we always ask the same question. We always like to know where you're watching from. And if you don't mind letting us know, because we're just nosy. We don't want to know your address, just where you are in the world. All right, so I see us on YouTube, and I'm sure we're playing on Rumble. I can't seem to find it yet, but I'm sure we're there. Anyway, you went blank.
Anyway, how is everybody's week been? Ours was always busy.
Oh, there it is.
You've got a lot more done on your big
Columbus,
house.
Ohio. Nice. You're not super far from us. That's cool.
There we go.
Yeah, I kept working away on my shed aviary build. Hi, Noble. Welcome in. And never even got a video of this week because I was working afternoons this week, and not that that's a good excuse, but it just felt really tight for time.
Yeah, even though it's the same amount of hours, the different shifts feel different.
And
right?
you know, we're still doing the overtime, so I don't see any end in sight there, but that's okay. It's not a bad thing, I guess. Good problem to have. So I kept going with that. I'll probably do an update video again soon because I'm almost got the outside of that building done. I just have to finish the soffits and things like that. Working on the walls inside right now as far as the partitions in the aviary, each section. And I got to do the doors, eavesdrop on, run the wiring and stuff like that. So I guess there is still lots to do. I'm going to pick up a 5-gallon pail of barn paint so I can go at it with that. But anyway,
So today was another supply run.
Yeah, so this morning we ran and got some supplies. Hey, Rebecca, we saw you were in here pretty early. So that's, got some stuff so that during the week I can actually poke away at it still. Hi, Robbie. And maybe Sonia. I always know Robbie's always at all the lives. So Ben is doing okay. You guys remember, I think last week we touched on the fact that we have a new billy goat.
Little Benny.
Little Benjamin.
He's cute. He's still skittish. Not super friendly yet, but he's getting along with everyone.
Yeah. He's holding his own. The nannies that we have are 2 years old? Maybe not quite yet.
Not quite.
And so they're significantly bigger than he is. He was born in April, May, somewhere in there. So they're kind of giving him a bit of a run for his money, but he's holding his own. So
yeah. Hi, Joy.
Hi, Joy. So we do always notice that Restream's chat's a little delayed. Yeah. So hopefully in the spring they'll do their thing. We've just kept him together because we don't want him to be by himself. So
Yeah, it's nice that way, and it's easier.
yeah, we're not too concerned about knowing exactly when they're due. We'll just keep an eye on everything.
And Bert learned something new about billy goats that he's taught us.
Oh, I told the kids and I was telling Cindy not to pet their heads. Apparently, I was just randomly looking up because I was thinking about getting the meat goats. And Robbie, I'm still debating it, but I'm thinking back, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but I'm thinking back to the last time I had large goats and how the billy goat was hard to handle. I used to have one that I forget what it was. I think it was like an Alpine or something. And this thing was constantly trying to ram me. And I would always grab its horns and flip it on the ground and sit on him, the stinky bugger. And he never stopped. It just never mattered. It wasn't, and I don't know if I feel like going back to that or not, but
we don't have that problem with the Nigerian dwarfs.
Yeah, they're so smaller. And I mean, even if they did decide to be dominant, it's like, whatever. Even Sydney can take them.
Yeah, but they don't. They're pretty nice.
Yeah, they're good. They're well behaved. But anyway, debating it, I have reached out to a couple farms that have them. And I don't know. I'm not sure. But
hello, Mrs. Dyer Family Farm.
Oh yes, welcome in. Missed a few people joining us here.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, Deanna. Hopefully Jack's doing well. I think he was, if I remember correctly, I think he was going in for a surgery, but I could be wrong. What else we got?
Well, last night we worked till sundown moving some chickens.
Oh yeah,
That was fun.
yeah. We had some spring chickens, we'll call them, in tractors that we want to integrate back into our big areas, our coops. So we had a mix of breasts, ivory,
all the ones you ordered.
ivory sasso, red sex lynx, leghorn, azure blue. So we've noirs. So we've added a whole slew of new young chickens to our flock.
Yeah, who have begun laying eggs, which
Yes,
is why
that
we
was,
kind of wanted them in the coop because it's hard to get the eggs in the tractor.
yeah, and we were very excited about that. This might sound silly, but last year, I think it was last year, we hatched a whole pile of hens, and the weather turned before they actually started laying, and then it was like we had to wait all through the winter as well before we started getting that reaping the benefits of having all those extra hens, because we I think we've mentioned before, we can't keep enough eggs. We are constantly selling out. We've got people that order like 12 flats at a time, 8 flats at a time. I mean, it's a great problem. We don't really, as you guys can imagine, and probably some of you really know, we don't really make money on it, but we make enough that it pays for all the other animals that exist here with us. Covers all the feed, all the medication, any little upgrade we want to do, like the billy goat, for instance. We bought the billy goat with the egg fund, and they used the Brincia cabinet incubator this year. It was used, but it was still a large purchase that we reinvested basically back into our home with the sales of eggs.
Yeah. So we moved them at night, and we
So
had
far,
to close them up in the coop because the new ones kept trying to escape.
yeah, we were a little worried because we do have some tree branches and stuff that hang in there, and it's a tall fence, but some of them were pretty determined.
Yeah.
So we locked them up for the night, and everything seems
This morning.
I'm out there early and I'm opening the door, hoping that nobody's injured or nothing drastic's happened.
Mhm.
And it went well, and everything's kind of calm. The hens are adjusting because there was no roosters in this one coop that we had everybody to.
So now we have the two.
Now we have 2 of the ivory sasso roosters in with them.
And they seemed to lay fine today. It wasn't a huge adjustment. Even 2 of the new ones laid eggs.
Yeah,
So it's good.
That was good.
Yeah.
And somebody gave us 4 hens last
Yes.
week because
Friendly.
they're too friendly. They were living in town and they were starting to worry that they were going to get complaints, etc. So they asked us if we would take the hens. So we did. We kept them separate for a few days, and I kept an eye on them, and they seemed pretty good. So we've introduced those last night as well.
Yeah, and it's just so much easier to feed them and give them water
Yeah,
in
just
a big
less,
coop
one
than,
less stop.
than these little things.
Exactly. So the only thing we still have in a tractor is we still have a bunch of young chicks that were even younger that we hatched this year that are in one large run that we need to eventually introduce to the others, but we'll give them a few more weeks to get some size to them.
We have the brooder in the garage.
Yeah, there's ducks,
and
and I think it's mostly
silkies.
silkies.
A couple Polish maybe.
And we do have one tractor still that just has roosters. They're all breast roosters.
4 roosters.
We kept two nice breast roosters for ourselves, and there's still 4.
We sold a couple.
We sold, actually, it was great. We had a guy come 3 hours away, came to pick up 2 roosters.
Yeah, he was going to get one, then he
decided to get 2, and we sold them.
Worthwhile.
We were selling them for $50 each, so it was a nice boost to our fund here. And while he was here, he goes, "What else you got for sale?" And Cindy ended up selling him 4 silky chicks.
5.
5. So yeah, it was a nice surprise, nice evening.
Yeah, and it's just nice to have less birds because they were for sale. So
Yeah.
when the sale's made, that's good.
And then we made a deal with one of our children. By the way, hi kids, in case you're watching. Our one boy is really adamant that he wants to have a little business going. I mean, he wanted to sell eggs. Well, it's like, bud, you can't sell eggs. We're selling eggs. It doesn't really work. So we suggested that he already had his own incubator. So we made a deal with him. The deal is that he has to buy quail eggs off of mom, because Cindy sells the eggs. And we give them to him at a discount. And the deal is he puts them in his incubator. He can hold 2 dozen at a time. And we told him that, hi, Beth. Your husband's Neil. Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. So the deal is he buys eggs from mom, puts them in his incubator, holds 2 dozen. We pay for the hydro. And whatever hatches, I told him I would give him $2 for every chick as soon as they hatch. And basically he can make a decent little money every 3.5 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, so we buy them. He doesn't have to feed them or take care of
so
them.
he doesn't have the
It's a
food
guaranteed
costs and
sale.
stuff like that. So he's making, he was kind of unsure that this was the best deal for him, but I had to explain it to him because he's 10. I had to explain it to him that would be the deal I would want. I mean, there really is no risk for him. It's just as long as he has at least 2 chicks hatch, it covered the cost of his eggs, and there's no other cost to him. It's just so. And then we told him, though, if we decide we don't need them ourselves because
if it gets to be too many.
If it gets to be too many, like we'll harvest some and we'll replenish some of our hens and things like that. But we told him that if we were to turn around and sell them, that's our business, because now you've made your money, and we
have to take care of them until they sell.
We still have to feed them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we came to an understanding, and he's got his little business mind going. So we didn't want to take that away from him. He was wanting to find something he wanted. He was putting the initiative out there. He didn't want to. I mean, we could have just assigned him chores and things like that, which I mean isn't a bad thing either. But
I think it's great for kids to have a business.
And we're making him track everything. We told him he has to keep a spreadsheet, so to speak, spreadsheet. Costs, what it's costing him, what he's making, and he has to put half of his money into a savings of some sort. And then the rest can go into another container, which can be his
money to buy more eggs.
Yeah, I don't want to say, he still has to turn around and buy eggs again, and he can't use his, so he has to take half, put that money away, and out of the half that he gets to keep, he still has to buy his new eggs, and then the remainder can go into his slush fund or whatever. But that's, now we still have 3 more kids to come up with a plan, but for them. But he already had his incubator from one of his birthdays, so it was just ideal situation for him.
Yeah, that works year round. So
yeah.
I just wanted to go back and catch up on.
Yeah, sorry
your
guys,
days.
I've been babbling and you guys have been
No.
talking a bit.
Where is it here? Okay, so Jack's doing better. We're so glad to hear that.
Oh, good.
Um,
That's good.
Hello, grow what you eat. Just trying. If I miss anybody, I'm sorry. I'm trying to scan here.
Yeah, thank you all for coming in.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's nice to actually go back to the horizontal. I mean, they say vertical is good for lives and things like that.
And it's
As
good
far
for a
as
single person, but for us, I think it was catching us.
yeah, I have a big head and it was taking the whole screen. So it's nicer not to have to feel like you're squishing everything. Of course, as you guys know, right before you go live, you're scanning the room, going, "Did we move the laundry basket?" Like,
you can still see some laundry. We have a lot of laundry here, like all the time, all the time.
I'm sure most people here too.
6 people, kids who like to change clothes more than once a day.
Yeah, we have one of our daughters likes to
put on a fashion show every day.
Yeah, she's only 5.
So we go through a lot of laundry.
Oh, we're having a drink at the same time. One of us has to keep talking.
Well, that's you.
Well, I've been doing a lot of that.
You're good at that.
I babble. So, let me make sure I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up. Okay, so Robbie says I actually didn't like the horizontal we did last week. It will be vertical today. Really? Yeah,
What didn't you like about it?
You don't get as many people, I don't think. But you guys have it set up well the way you do it, Robbie. You guys, because
there's a distance.
You got the distance there, and I guess we could try doing that sometime. We're just so used to using the webcam. I haven't tried to actually set up a phone to do it that way, but it's yeah, it works for you guys because you sit back enough and you have your other phone there so you can see what you need to see. So it's a good system for you. I should put the effort into seeing if we can make that.
And we still have to try outdoors sometime too. Summer's going to be gone and we never tried it.
I know. It's I'm always worried that we'll be in a spot where we'll be fine all of a sudden because I have hot spots all around the property, and as you're moving around, it'll jump from one to the other. But of course, if you're doing a live, you don't want it doing that. So
it's really frustrating sometimes. I go into the garden and I totally lose Wi-Fi. So if I'm trying to respond to somebody, I have to walk back toward the house.
Yeah, Cindy has really horrible luck with electronics and.
It's me.
Sorry, I mean.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's something. I don't know. Yeah, and that makes sense, Robbie, because you do want the hours, right? That's kind of the point of doing these lives. It's nice to interact with people, of course, but it is nice to get the hours while you're doing it. Especially in our case, like this week, we didn't even get a video out, which really is not cool. But just trying to get so much done. I keep feeling like winter's coming, that kind of thing. And
you see the back to school stuff, and
right. I want to get this build done, and then I have a wood stove in my garage. I really want to get set up and get some things organized. And I got a couple little small projects I want to get finished as well. But it feels like a large list, even though I'm sure I've got lots of time still. But then again, maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Rebecca, that's really neat. I like that idea.
Oh, yeah.
And if anyone else has any good kid homestead related little businesses, please put them out there because we were racking our brains. I was searching Google and it was all the same ideas that I'd already thought of. But yeah. Yeah,
they went to town today to spend the day with grandma and their uncle. So we sent them off with some vegetables and things like that we're a little excess that we have in our garden.
Yeah, we don't make
Hi,
them
John.
sit. Hi, John. We don't make them sit out there. They just check the
Yeah,
the
they'd
table
probably
every
do
once
better
in a
if they
while.
did sit out there. Because then people would be like,
Yeah,
oh, look at those kids.
But it's not worth it. There's just not enough.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Hey, John, I did go out finally and measure that tomato plant. It's 7 feet into the tree. It's doing pretty well. It's funny because there was some, I got looking at it today when I went out to measure it, and
There's some red
there's
tomatoes
some red tomatoes up there. It's like, oh,
Yeah, red tomatoes up taller than some of the apples.
Lady Sky, hi.
Hi.
Welcome in from Nashville, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it's neat to see the tomatoes inside the apple tree. Yeah, they stand out because the apple tree happens to be it's like a Granny Smith type of apple. It's kind of green. Really nice apple actually, but so it does stand out in the tree with the red tomatoes.
Yeah, I did take a picture, but I don't think I'd be able to show anyone right now.
Oh,
They won't really show up.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
never know.
That's the last one. See, it's really, really hard to see, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe have to zoom
I
in
don't
on
know.
it first. I don't know.
I don't know. You can see a couple little red spots. Those are tomatoes up in the tree.
Yeah, it's neat. And we had that little nest. I don't know if you guys saw. I did a short in one of Cindy's tomato patches. There's little tiny bird nest. We never did see a bird in it, but did you?
An adult bird.
An adult bird. Like we never saw one sitting on the nest, but all three of the eggs hatched.
There were 4 eggs. 1 egg disappeared before anything hatched, I think. And then the other 3 hatched, but slowly, day by day, there was 1 missing bird every day. Now that the nest is empty.
Well, the birds are gone.
Yeah.
Well, they sure didn't grow that fast. I don't
No,
think. Maybe they fell out.
I couldn't see anything, but
Oh.
yeah. It was cute, but sad.
Yeah, tiny birds, and the eggs were. I have no idea what kind of birds they were because, like I said, we never saw the parent. But they look like quail eggs, only tinier, and we don't have quail around here. Like we have our tame quail, obviously, but we don't have wild quail. So I don't know. Maybe they were sparrows or something. They were really small chicks.
Robbie says the apnatos.
The tomatoes.
I like it.
Yeah. It's neat.
It's like a cuckoo melon, right?
Yeah. It's neat when stuff like that happens because kind of.
Yeah, it was interesting to come across.
Yeah, we weren't sure how things would do underneath the trees, but we find a lot of stuff really grows well underneath the fruit trees.
Yeah, a lot of the extra tomato plants that I put under the pear tree are actually doing nicely. Like they didn't dry out from all this weather.
There's that. Yeah, they don't get
Yeah.
that major heat that you get.
So they're doing better than a lot of others.
We wondered the same thing, if there maybe were hummingbirds. It's possible we do get them around here, but I don't know.
I don't know either. They didn't seem smaller than other birds when they're born, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It was a strange place to find a nest, but
So we left that plant alone
yeah,
that whole time, but
yeah, it's hard to say. But yeah, so we did finally get some rain.
Yes.
Our
twice.
yeah. But the one rain we got was really nice. It was very welcomed. We had everything was starting to turn kind of brown. It had been dry for so long.
Yeah,
And,
rain barrels were empty.
Rain barrels were empty. Yeah, and the one rain pretty much filled them all again. So it was a nice dumping. And then last night, I think it was about 2 a.m. I was awake. It was a rough night for some reason. My brain wouldn't shut off. So it was about somewhere between 2 and 3 a.m. we were getting a bit of a small thunderstorm went through, dumped a little bit more rain.
My brain shut off, so I woke up and I'm like, oh, it rained.
And part of the reason I couldn't sleep, guys, because I was already awake. And then Cindy, apparently she woke up too, and she sits up for a second and looks at me and goes, "Do you smell smoke?" And I'm like, "No." And she goes, "Okay." Lays down, goes back to sleep. So then I'm laying there going, "Do I smell smoke? You know, I'm just kind of like,
I trust him. If you didn't, it was all good.
so fortunately, there was no smoke, but it just kind of, you know, she put it in my head. And I'm just laying there going, what the hell? So, anyway.
At least
Yeah.
I didn't wake you to ask. You were
No, I was already
awake.
awake. Yeah, the smoke you smelled was my brain. It wouldn't shut off.
That must be it.
Yeah. Anyway, so plans for this week. Do we have anything going on this week besides appointments? We do have appointments going on. I get to go to the eye doctor. You know, make sure I'm not.
That's right too. Yeah.
Make sure the old eyes aren't getting older.
Yeah. A couple of dental things for kids.
Right. It is terrifying.
I meant nothing by it. I woke up. He was there, awake. It was like a minute later, and like, so I asked the question. He said no.
Asked the question, went right
Okay.
back to sleep. That was.
I trust you that much. He said no, so
yeah,
I was able to go right back to sleep.
Yeah, it was a good feeling. So, anyway.
So this week, just the usual
Yeah,
type of
just appointments. Our one daughter has a dentist surgery.
Another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, another one has just a filling.
And yeah,
You get the eye doctor.
Yeah. And I get to go on afternoons again, which is fine. I don't mind afternoons so much. But I do want to get more of that building done. And hopefully we do a little video so you guys can meet Ben. Ben's not super friendly, like we were saying, so it's
yeah, he won't come
much,
up close,
won't be much of a video.
He's cute.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think he's a cool little goat.
Yeah.
So hopefully he thrives here.
And he's got blue eyes.
Yeah.
Which it just makes him a little extra special.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. In the goat world.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking in general. All right.
Yeah. Hopefully I can go through my garden a little this week, and I've been cutting back all the dried out like branches and stems and stuff. I'm ready to be done. I'm so unimpressed. It started out so good, and then this weather just sucked.
Everything took a beating, yeah. But still doing well. Like
it's doing okay. I'm just sick of it.
Wow.
Like the cucumbers are pretty much done. There's some flowers left, but the ones that are growing are just these little tiny little brown ones that don't actually grow into.
Oh, they don't develop.
Yeah.
But you got those squash and.
Yeah, the squash is okay for the most part. Lots of tomatoes, lots of tiny tomatoes that I don't remember planting, and I don't want. So, yeah.
We've started giving a lot of tomatoes away.
Yeah, we're letting the kids try to sell them.
Yeah. And then I got some customers at work to buy eggs. So when they ask for eggs, I bring the eggs in. I bring a container of tomatoes. It's like, here, a bonus.
So the big ones I'll keep and preserve some, just to add to recipes. But the little ones, what else do you do with them except for eat them fresh in salads? I'm just ready to be done. The beans are coming along though. The pole beans are pretty much just starting. That's good.
Yeah, that was an effortless
Yeah.
plant this year because we never planted them. They all came back from last year. So
I planted them.
I thought they.
Well, in a way, I planted them.
Oh yeah,
I shook all the things loose in the spring.
Oh.
And there you go, planted.
There we go. Done.
Done. Yeah.
That should be a video, eh? Just Cindy going out, giving it a shake, and going, done.
Yep. It worked.
It did. They came back.
Yeah, and they're really, really tall. Like I can't reach some of the beans. The elderberries are starting to finish up. We have a few green ones left that have to ripen, but we sold some. And I had more customers than I could fill orders, surprisingly. I didn't know what to do with the elderberries at first because there was more than we could use. And then all of a sudden people are like, I have to drive 2 hours away to get them.
We had all kinds of people wanting them.
Yeah.
But it was like, as you guys probably know, as soon as they get ripe, it's like if you're not there the second they're ripe, they're gone because their birds just grab them, and that's
Yeah, so you'll see bunches where there's just missing ones and green ones.
yeah.
So all the ripe ones have been picked off by the birds.
Girl Yeet says, gotta get back in the swing of things. I had the granddaughter visiting this past week. Aunt Jan.
Yeah,
Auntie
it takes
Jan.
a while to recover. Huh?
Welcome in.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you very much. Treasure Hunter Neil.
Hi,
Cleaning
Neil.
potatoes. That's one thing we haven't bothered to plant in the last few years.
Yes. Didn't have a lot of luck when we did. We just found that they were on sale a lot.
It almost didn't seem around here. It just seems like they come on so cheap. It's almost like, is it worth the work?
Yeah.
And
then we don't eat them very much now.
Yeah, so. We don't. We pretty much cut them out of our diet. So.
Which is why next year's garden is going to look very different somehow.
Rethinking it. Yeah.
We cut a lot out, so.
Yeah,
I just want to plant what's useful for us.
Yeah, anything that's got a lot of carbs in it, we've stopped eating. So it's yeah.
Yeah, the carrots are still growing okay, so that's something to look forward to, I guess. And the kids' gardens. Yeah, our oldest boy had a lot of small tomatoes too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's even trying to give his stuff away too. So. Yeah.
And I keep finding tomato worms. I thought we got them all. I thought they were all gone. And then yesterday I got like 7 more. So we're like up to 50 for the season so far. I'm sure there's tons more, but.
I was gonna say, I don't think you can ever actually get them all. It's funny, because where my in-laws are, they're only 10, 15 minutes from here, and the soil is sand, and they never get tomato worms. I don't know if it's the difference in the soil. I'm kind of thinking it might be because I know that they're a grub. They're that, I forget the name of the moth is, but it's just a cycle, right? And I don't know if they just don't do well in sand, so they don't come out. Maybe you guys know, like, are you in sand? Do you get tomato worms? Because it seems like here in the clay, they come back every year.
Yeah, or they call them hornworms or tobacco worms.
Hi, Neil.
Hi, Neil. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. So.
The corn's still growing.
Yeah, everybody's selling their corn, but ours is still, and it looks like it's doing well because it's right beside the chicken run, one of the chicken runs. And the chicken run, because over the years with the compost and things like that, you can tell that the ground inside the run has slowly gotten higher than the garden area. So whenever there's a big rain, you get that fertilizer running off into the garden where the corn was planted this year. So it looks great. It's just not
just
filling out yet.
And just have to wait, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come. We planted it in a different spot this year because they tend to plant corn around us, and we had trouble. Was it last year, I think, with the cross pollination?
Yeah, we wanted to get as far from the field as we could.
It just we ended up our sweet corn wasn't very sweet. Now the popcorn seemed to do okay.
Yeah, I didn't plant popcorn this year because it's a very small patch, so I only had room for the peaches and cream corn.
Yeah, and normally we also usually plant the glass gem corn, but we didn't do that this year either.
Which is also a popcorn.
Oh. Okay.
So we had blue popcorn, red popcorn, and the glass gem, which is a popcorn.
Oh.
Now you know.
Now I know. I'm not the gardener, guys. I'm just the guy that does the rototill, the lawnmower, and all that stuff. Cindy's the gardener.
I would like to have more time for the garden.
It's always time.
No, there isn't. He drives me nuts. He makes me so mad when he says things like that. There is not time.
Wow. Touchy.
So many things don't get done every single day.
So what are we drinking today, dear?
Same as usual.
Oh.
Chocolate mint.
Oh, is it? I didn't think it was chocolate. We're drinking mint tea. We had enough coffee this morning. We thought we better get away from the coffee.
Yeah, it does happen once in a while where we reach our limit.
It takes a long time.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that's happened, or
I'm sure there is, but
we told you guys we went to the zoo when I was off the week. I went back to work this week, right? The week before I was off. I don't know if I mentioned it in the live. I was going to do a joke video. Maybe I did. I talk about this?
you didn't talk. I don't think you talked about this
Okay.
part.
So when we were at the zoo, because we were at the Toronto Zoo, which was a very large zoo here in Canada, it's like 700 acres or something like that, and we were passing the giraffes, and I said to Cindy, I should do a live right now. I should do a live and say, look what we brought home to our homestead type thing, right, with the giraffe and
Introducing our
latest animal. But yeah, just seemed
Yeah, we had
four
kids at a busy zoo. We didn't have time for that.
Yeah, I thought it would have been funny, but
it would have. But had to keep an eye on all of them, and busy place.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even the weekend, so
it was a long day.
Yeah, it was. It was a good day though. It was fun. It was worth it. Not the kind of thing you do. Probably not even every year. Probably like every few years.
Yeah, it's the traffic alone that just drives me crazy. I have a hard time, living in an area where we don't have traffic lights, and then having to, even if I have to go to the larger town nearest the town I work in, for example, sometimes I might have to go through 2 or 3 stoplights, and for me that's like,
yeah, we'd rather be stuck behind a slow-moving tractor.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We still have lots of time left, but I feel like I'm forgetting some stuff here.
Oh, for sure. It's always so much going on. It's just like this track. I mean, today you've already changed the oil, and
yeah, I got home, unloaded the truck, so I got a few sheets of plywood and some other materials waiting for me. But I had to pick up oil for the minivan, and so we got home, and I said to Cindy, I said, we should do chores before the live, this and that. And before I did that, I decided I was going to quickly start changing the oil. And I said to her, I can do that at the same time I'm doing the chores.
Which I didn't know how.
Well, I thought I'd just let it sit for a few minutes and drain.
Got it.
But, then it turned into, where did I put my funnel? Where did I put this? Where did I put that? And it didn't take very long to change the oil and whatnot, but I wasn't able to multitask the way I thought I was going to. So, but I did get it done. Mm-hmm. So now it'll stop chiming at me that the oil has to be changed.
Yeah.
And there's a pressure light that came on, oil pressure light, that I keep ignoring. It's actually not, well, it's in the code. There's a code saying there's a pressure issue. So I'm hoping that the oil change fixes that, because I don't really. Oh, good question. So it's being broken up into 5 compartments. So the very end, it's a open on the one end, because I'm using it like a carport. So I've got the little Kubota tractor and my lawn tractor in it. And then there's 4 sections that are aviary style. So they're half wall and then half wire. What are they, about 80 square feet? They're not huge. They're just big enough that we can keep small flocks of different types of birds. So we may move our turkeys in there. We haven't decided yet. The turkeys are kind of in an old little small goat pen that we have, but they seem to be doing well in there. Maybe we won't bother bringing them out, but because we only have the 4 of them, right? And the plan is to probably go down to just the 2, because we bought them in the spring, a straight run from the hatchery, and we ended up with three males and 1 female. So we do have 2 that could potentially be, Thanksgiving dinner, or sell them off to somebody that may be looking for a male.
May I suggest a Christmas goose?
Or yeah, Cindy, we do have
The turkeys I can stand.
some geese we could actually harvest as well. Cindy's right, because we do have what is there, five geese out there, and
So loud.
3 males and 2 females. So really, we could just do a trio of 1 male, 2 females, and I think that would be the smart way to go, instead of having.
Or even just go down to 2 pairs and just one less. They're so loud.
Yeah, they are.
You can't talk to each other if you're
If you're
anywhere
near them, yeah, they honk away, as you guys probably can imagine. But so there is a few things we need to cut back on. But anyway, that's the plan for these little aviaries. I want to get because I had built an aviary for my pheasants, and Cindy moved her silkies into it. First, it was the silkies and the Polish, and then we decided that the Polish needed to come out, so we put them in a run, and they'll eventually come out of that little run, because there's only we only kept we do have other Polish that we're trying to sell off, but we only kept 2 hens and one rooster. So they'll probably go into one of these aviaries, and maybe Cindy's silkies will go into another one, and my pheasants will get theirs back.
if you're adding more pheasants. Yeah.
Yeah, because we do have some young pheasants that I want to add to that, because they're in cages right now. And then the turkeys, like I was saying. So right now, the way it sits right now, we have possibly 1 or 2 extra spaces that will have been built to use for whether we decide to maybe even open one up for quail or something. I'm not sure if I like that idea or not, because I mean it's nice to give them the space, but at the same time they're such a flighty little bird.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to separate them for hatching. Gathering hatching eggs too. The silkies, my favorite. Probably I'm not a big bird person to begin with, so as far as chickens go, yeah, I think so. They're fluffy. The Polish are my favorite to look at.
Little rock stars. They're all rock stars, right?
But yeah, I probably prefer silkies. I really do like our son's chicken that roams free here, though.
Yeah,
She's got personality.
It's an Easter egger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have one chicken that runs the property. Most of them we don't let them. We keep them in large fenced-in areas, because we're on the highway. I think we've mentioned this before. We're on the highway, and our neighbor, we do have a couple. Even though we're in the country, we do have a couple close neighbors, and they tend to, if they get through the fence, they kind of wander off to their properties, and we don't want them, causing trouble. So we have one. But she was never one to stay in the pen.
No.
And we just let her be, because she would spend her evenings in the goat barn. She would go in and she would roost in the goat barn, lay her egg in there in the morning, and come back out and spend her day out with the chickens. And she just did this herself. So we just let her. But now, because she was spending her time with Cindy's Polish chickens, and now they're in this run, so she can't just get in and out, because it's got a shade cloth over it and things like that. So she literally follows you around the yard.
She has a routine.
Yeah, every day she'll follow you around the yard.
Well, first, every day you go open up the door to the run. She comes out and goes to the goat barn to lay her egg.
Yeah.
She has a nest there. When she's done at some point, and you're walking in across the yard, you let her back in, because she wants to go hang out there and eat and drink.
Yeah. She's like a little dog, she waits there at the gate for you to open the door. And so.
Yeah, and when you let her out of the Polish pen in the morning, she'll wait by the door of the goat barn. She can just fly over and work her way in there, but she's gotten lazy, so she just waits for you to open the door.
She hasn't got lazy. She's trained you.
She's smart.
So, anyway.
So overall, Silky's probably my favorite breed, but that bird is probably my favorite bird on the property.
The only thing I find with the Silkies and the Polish, they startle easy, because they can't see you, right? Like they can, but they can't. I mean, it seems like they don't. All of a sudden, you're doing something, and they're not paying attention to you, and you're in front of them, and all of a sudden, it's like they just startle. They just see you, and they panic, and I don't know. It's all that hair. I don't have that problem.
The pheasants are kind of the same way.
Yeah, the pheasants are skittish to begin with, but I think that's just the natural. They're not domesticated bird by any means, so need to harvest some of those too. We haven't actually tried them yet, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. And we intentionally hatched a lot more, not a lot more, but we intentionally hatched more ducks this year.
And surprisingly, we came out with a lot of white ones.
Yeah, surprisingly.
We wanted white ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
It never happened.
I forget what you call them. They're
Peking, maybe.
Yeah, Peking duck. But yeah, so we'll harvest the males. We do like duck meat quite a bit, and we'll keep the hens because we really enjoy the duck eggs. So that's pretty much what we eat. We eat the duck eggs and we eat the quail eggs because the chicken eggs, like we said, we sell it. We sell out of those constantly.
Yeah, we only get the Polish and the silky eggs and the new layers because they're just smaller than the ones we typically sell. So we keep those for ourselves.
Keep those and use them that way since they're smaller anyway. So
and we eat a lot of eggs.
Yeah. And the kids have started eating them too, which is good because for the longest time they weren't really big on eggs and stuff. So it's really nice that we finally got them to come around.
Yeah, it's very healthy.
Yeah. So any other questions, guys? I should actually, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to put up the banner on the bottom here. Just to remind everybody about this Sunday.
Yeah, so for next Sunday, remember Rebecca Touched by Yarn is on before us and us. And now that 5 p.m. Eastern spot has been filled by Happy Cow Yay Homestead. That's going to take some practice for me. Then Money Pit Homestead, The Wild Huckleberry follows, and Dyer Family Farm. And Red Dirt Brewster Road, which I'm starting to know how to put in order now.
Put it in the right order?
Yeah.
Yeah, so keep in mind, guys, we post everything in Eastern Standard Time because that's where we are. But a lot of these folks are in Central, so you may see a different time when they talk about it. But if you look at it in Eastern Standard Time, that is the times that everybody comes on. So it's a nice full lineup if you're interested in spending your day like Robbie does. Manages to somehow go to everybody's live, which is
very kind. But even if you have to put it on in your background as you get things done, I'm sure people appreciate it.
Americanas, you know what?
They're pretty.
They are. We've only had, we had one that was at least part Americana. It was one of our roosters that we.
Oh, it's Hippie Cow.
Oh, is it
Did I
hippie?
say it wrong or is it?
No, I think I put it in wrong.
Thank you.
Well, I have to fix that. You keep talking. I'm going to fix this.
Well, we had our first rooster, wasn't it? Rusty was an Americana and very pretty bird, very nice. And then he was our only rooster with our Isa Brown hens. So him being a blue egg-laying gene with the brown hens, we got our olive egg layers that way. We hatched the Isa Brown eggs and got new layers, and they were olive egg layers.
So Rohit says, "Is night there? Are you in India, Rohit?" I'm kind of wondering because we tend to get a lot of people stop in from India, and that tends to be I want to say it's usually about 2 a.m. there or something like that.
Yeah, and we always wonder how people can be watching us at that time, but he was up at 2 a.m. too.
Buff India, yes. I kind of thought that was the case.
Buff Orpington. I've heard the name for sure. I can't picture.
We've never had one.
Can't picture the color.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure if they may come in different colors as well. But.
Yeah, before we were just trying to get all the nice. the barred rock, but now we just want to get a variety. It's more interesting. We got bored.
Yeah, well, the Bird Rock initially we went that road because of the multi-purpose.
Yeah. For meat.
Yeah, the dual-purpose heritage breed, right? So you could hatch your own, et cetera, et cetera.
Good way. Grow what you eat. Maybe it did smell smoke.
Oh boy.
Hello, Prepped for Eternity Homestead. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you for coming in. Yes. Yeah, I'm glad that it was nice to share that story because I'm sure you guys got a chuckle on that, but yeah.
I don't get the big deal.
Because you weren't the one laying there awake afterwards.
I wasn't panicked. I just woke up and then I thought, smell smoke. I asked you and that was it.
Right back to sleep.
Yes, because that's what I do at night. Pups have great personalities too. Well, that's good to know. I want birds with good personalities because I'm tired of the mean ones.
Oh.
The roosters are getting mean.
I don't know what it is. I don't have, unless it's spring, I don't really have any issues with the roosters we have. They all seem to leave me alone. We get the odd time when, in the spring when their hormones are wacko that they'll come at me too here and there. But for some reason, I don't know why, the kids or Cindy, there's always an issue with the roosters. Even the silky roosters, when the kids go to the fence at the aviary, they'll charge the door. And I never see that behavior. It always kind of throws me off when I see them do it to them because it's not something I experience. But apparently Cindy has the same issue because...
Yeah, I tell the kids, get away from her because it riles the roosters up and then I'm in there with them and then they're mean to me.
Yeah, I don't have that. They don't do that to me. So yeah, she did. She planted the thought in my head and then
It wasn't intentional. It was just an honest question. I just wanted to know if he smelled a hint of smoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. We have a couple of chocolate Orpington. Sure, fun to watch. They're like teenagers. How so? That sounds interesting. So they do come in different colors, buff, chocolate. Nice. It's neat to see the new colors that we're getting with the new layers because we've gotten some really dark eggs the last couple of days.
They call them a noir. The chickens, they call them like a noir. I'm not sure what group of what they've done to make this chicken, I guess you would say, because it's a dark bird, but it's got furry feet like the silkies do.
Yeah.
And I guess the Americanas, if I remember correctly, they also have some hair on their feathers on their feet, but they Are you getting reminders?
Not yet.
Rebecca's got you covered there too.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got
good to know.
5 minutes before we have to get out of the way for Hippie Cow Yay Homestead. If you guys notice, I did fix the banner. So hopefully everybody's having their live tonight. If for any reason somebody's not, let us know. Farkas.
It's an interesting name.
I've seen him Farkas in the videos.
Yeah, the American Breasts, I did read on one forum that somebody was saying they were a little bit of an aggressive breed.
Well, I find they're aggressive with each other. We've noticed that with the ones that we've got out here. But we have two in the coop at the front, and Cindy seems to have issues with the one. I've told her to get herself a good spray bottle.
Yeah.
Because the one she has apparently just missed. Well, I don't think the mist is going to deter the rooster. So
it's on my boot.
Yeah, because Cindy carries big sticks with her, or gives them the boot.
If they come at me, yes.
So I try to encourage a more diplomatic response with the spray bottle.
You can't be diplomatic with a birds it's attacking.
Grow what you eat. Thank you very much, guys. If you don't mind hitting that like button, we'd really appreciate it. And it was nice to see all you guys popping in again today. And hopefully, Robbie, let us know how you're. We'll try to make sure we're there as well. But let us know what you decide when you flip back to vertical this week, if you think it was a big worthwhile for you or not, because I'm always kind of curious. Like I said, we haven't found the last few lives that the verticals really made that big of a difference for us. So we do get a few more drop-ins from around the world, but not excessive. Not like we were
like the first
in the
times.
beginning. But I don't know too if it's because we're using Restream. I don't know if it makes a difference. Have you guys ever found it makes a difference when you're on your lives if you're going exclusively through YouTube versus I forget what you call these things, like a Restream or a Rumble Studio or whatever, some other type of carrier. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. So.
Okay, so not all American breasts are aggressive. That's good to know. Hopefully the new one won't be so much.
Well, right now it's the one that's hiding more because the older one is the boss.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is a big difference.
Yeah, we'll have to do some comparisons too.
Yeah, I'm going to try to. We have a couple old phones here. I'm going to try to set something up like you guys do, where we can get ourselves back a little bit farther, and see if we can possibly do it that way. Robbie, you just go right through the YouTube studio, right? I don't. You guys don't use Restream as far as I have noticed, anyway. I'm just being nosy and curious, just for my own, whether or not it would work better. Oh, okay.
Robbie believes in the boot too.
I missed that. Where's that? Oh. Yeah. Sometimes I try to use the boot, but I end up flying. My legs swinging too much or something.
Yeah, sometimes it's funny.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we'll probably wrap it up so everybody can get a chance to jump over to Hippie Cow Yay Homestead. And yeah, so Robbie, you're going right through YouTube. I'm going to give that a shot one of these times. I haven't, because we use the Restream, the free version, but I am really curious if it changes the amount of people that jump on your live or not. I don't know. I guess I'm just curious. I have to try an experiment. Nice.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, we really do appreciate it.
We are going to jump off just so everyone can
Yeah.
get to the next
Go on
one.
over to Hippie Cow Yay.
Yeah.
Say hello, and we will try to do the same before we jump in the car. Okay, guys, so have a good night and a blessed week, and we hope to see you again soon. We're going to try to pump out a video this week. Cindy's going to help me. I hope. We'll get Ben. We'll film Ben. Anyway, see you next time, guys. Bye for now.